Hey, what's going on, you guys? It is MX Alpha here, and today I am redoing the How to Make a Mission in ARMA series. So let's get into it. So in this series, we are completely going to skip over the basics of the movements and the basic editor controls. And if you guys need me to make a video specifically for that, I can. But to save time, we're going to skip over that. So when making a mission, the most important thing you need to keep in mind is where you want the mission to be. So as I said previously in my last video, if you're gonna use the whole map, especially a map like Altus that's huge, you're gonna want to make it centrally located. So like somewhere like here would be perfect because it's flat. I mean, it's easy to defend and lots of open space. But if you're gonna say you're just gonna use something like just in Kavala, then you're gonna want to obviously find a nice flat open area in Kavala. You can, and if you're just gonna purely be in a city like in Kavala, I'm actually pointing at my screen right now. That's pretty dumb. Then you can find an open space just in the city of Kavala. So that's by far one of the most important things when mission making. But I want to be near Pygros, or Pyrgros, however you want to pronounce it. So I'm going to go back to the peninsula. And basically from here, you just let your imagination run free. But I'm going to show you exactly what I do when I'm making a base. So I try to keep as many civilian structures out as I can. This is fine because you can work with that, and that's fine, so I don't really care. But what I use for base walls, and the important thing here is to keep it all, especially if you're doing like a military ops kind of thing, you want to keep it as realistic looking as possible. You don't want just stupid amounts of stuff like an invaded annex server. You don't want it looking like that. No offense to annex, but you know, that's how it looks. So for walls, I use city canal walls. They're great. They're thick. They're tall. They're indestructible, so they're perfect to use. So we're gonna start off with a canal wall, and we're just gonna adjust it. I'm gonna leave the, let's see, yeah, the straight part facing outwards, and then we're just gonna move it over towards the rock. Also, whenever you can use terrain like this, don't be afraid to, because it makes it look that much, you know, more natural and fluid. And then literally all you do from here is copy and paste. And just keep copy and pasting. We're actually going to raise it up because you obviously don't want people looking over and shooting pop shots or rockets or anything like that. Not that I usually make my bases get attacked, but it's generally a pretty common or logical thing that you don't want to let your base be too exposed. And then for the gate, I like to come down to tall concrete wall gate, and then just set it how I want it to look. And for this, it doesn't quite reach, so all I'm gonna do is put a tall concrete wall 4 meters, just like so. I'm gonna make it indestructible by double clicking on it, going to special states, and disable damage. And then you just connect them up, and I'm gonna make this indestructible as well. And I'm actually gonna open the door. There you go. And then we can continue with our building of the walls. Now with a gate, especially like a sliding gate like this, I like to make sure that I don't put the wall over the gate, because then that just looks stupid. Because when are you going to see a gate go into a solid concrete wall? So keep that in mind too. I know some people it doesn't bother, some people it does, so just keep it in mind. And I want more. Oh wait! I completely forgot about this. I'm probably just gonna fast forward through all this. But you can also, the reason canal walls are so cool is you can put stairs on them. So we'll get rid of this and we'll put this on, just like so. And now you have an actual balcony for any guards, which is just that much cooler. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste all the way to the water. That didn't do what I wanted it to. And also make sure that you don't have any wall sticking up like that. You want to make sure it's always in the ground. And I'm not too picky when it comes to making sure the walls are level on top, as long as they're covering what they need to cover. But I know some people are very picky about it, so you know, you might have a harder time if you are really finicky about what you want your base to look like. But also keep in mind that you don't want to overdo it with the objects, because if you're playing in multiplayer or anything like that, which this is what this is going to turn into, you really don't want to overdo it with the objects. And this needs to be lowered by a lot, which will actually work out fine because that'll provide side cover, and then we can actually come up to fences, military, and we can put sandbags on here just like so. So that way your guys have a little bit more cover. So as you can probably tell, this whole episode is just going to be about the basics of a base. And after this episode, we'll get more into things like respawns and stuff like that. But for now, I feel like a lot of people don't even know the basics of like base building. They just kind of throw stuff together. And so yeah, there's basically the first checkpoint to your base. So after that, we're going to create the spawn area, and we're going to create the briefing area and the vehicle areas, but we're not going to do any of that in this episode. We're just going to build the areas. So for the spawn area, I'm just going to make it really simple. I'm going to put it right next to this wall, because when you're making a spawn area, you want to make sure that people can't like troll it and like run over people's vehicles and stuff when you're spawning and doing your loadouts. So you generally want to surround it with walls, but we're going to work with what we got here to save that much more space for vehicles and helos and stuff like that. But now that I'm looking at it, this actually, no, never mind, it's not level. So we'll do this. So what we're going to do is go back to canal walls. We're going to pick the small one. We're going to just put like the back wall will be completely canal wall to protect from any offshore, attack when you're spawning. And then we can go down or go back to military walls, and then we can just make them, whatever. Just for the heck of it, we'll make it a H barrier wall. And then depending on how finicky you are, you can make the H barriers go into stuff, or you can make it just off. I'm not really that picky, so we'll make them merge just a little bit. And then we'll make the opening with a corner, just like so. And then we'll just put the big blocks all the way that way. That way everything's nice and protected and covered, and you don't have to worry about any kind of attacks happening to you. So what we're going to do is delete that and put 4 big blocks that way. And I'm actually just going to kind of nonchalantly merge those like that. If you look at it quickly, it just kind of looks like one big block, so that's why I'm going to do that. And then I'm actually going to do the same thing with these ones. I'm just going to kind of nonchalantly merge them, just because that's not really the main focus of the mission. So who's really going to be looking at the H barriers? Okay, so now we have the basic spawn area. And I'm also going to make this the resupply area. So one more thing you're going to do here is put something in here so you can't drive a vehicle, but infantrymen can get through. So something like that. Actually, we'll maybe make it like that. Yeah, something like that. Just so you can't drive a vehicle in here and just completely decimate everyone with a freaking hunter or something like that. And then make it look pretty, we'll just put a tent or something we'll just put, I don't know. I don't even know. Let's put, yeah, sure. We'll put a canvas cover. Just like that. And we'll make it indestructible, because everything in the spawn area, in my opinion, should be indestructible. So here will be the spawn area and resupply area, and then when you think about it logistically, it would make most sense to have the vehicles, like ground vehicles, right here. So that is exactly what we will do. I'm actually gonna spawn in some vehicles, but they're just me purely for reference. So nope, that's definitely not what I wanted. Control C, and now let's spawn in some vehicles. Place vehicles without crew. We'll just spawn in a couple. Spawn in a Humvee. We'll spawn in some. We'll just spawn in APC. Let's go down to Army and let's spawn in an MRAP. A couple different sizes of MRAP. These MRAPs are huge, so we'll get that. We'll get this. All right, so we have a couple different sizes of vehicles here. So we're first going to start off with the Humvees. This parking area is pretty easy. You can divide them. You can make it just one big area. I usually leave it one big open area and then separate each different vehicle group with a barrier. So, you can put a couple. Nope, that's definitely not what I wanted to do. Put a Humvee here, put a Humvee here, and then you can put an H barrier right here. And then literally just continue the process all the way down, making the parking areas, bigger, smaller, whatever you need. Obviously, there's probably gonna be more Humvees and like APCs and maybe MRAPs than there are gonna be like tanks on base. So actually, we're literally just gonna put one APC right there. You want to make sure you leave enough room around the edges for people to get in, or at least the driver to get in. And then, sorry for all the clicking, by the way, but then you can just. This one probably gonna have to be deeper. Here's gonna be the medical MRAP. Actually, that's gonna work out perfect. And then you can literally just put it right there, just like so. So we'll put these two in here. Leave enough space for the drivers, as always. And then this one we're gonna make it a little bit deeper, just because it's a bigger MRAP. So we'll have to use that whole space, but just like that. And it's pretty easy. You can literally just do whatever your heart desires. I mean, it's not too, you're definitely not limited to anything here. So there's the vehicle spawn area. I think it looks pretty good for quickly making it. Yeah, the essentials of what you're gonna need. Obviously you're gonna want to put some refuel, like repair trucks, kind of stuff like that. If you're really going on a large scale mission, you can do that. But I don't do that large a scale mission, so I don't usually put any refuel stuff. So now we're gonna put our helicopters and that good stuff. No, I don't want the frickin' MRAP. And we're just gonna literally make a giant. We're gonna put that right through the rock. All we're gonna do here is make a giant protected area for the helos. We're gonna delete that. We're gonna right there. And all this is gonna be is, like I said, it's just a big protected area for the heroes. So it's nothing special. You can make it pretty, you can do whatever you need to do, but this is the essentials. And we're gonna maximize our space here. So all right, well, I guess that works. Actually, that might work. Let's try this. Okay, yep. This will work. So we'll leave this open as a means for people to get through, and we'll leave this open as a means for trucks to get in. And then we can even just push these two of these together as another way for a person to get through. And then you can obviously lay down things like, nope, helipads. Oh, whoops. Helis. Where are they? There we go. You can lay down, you know, helipads, so you know where to park, or land, I should say. There we go. This should give us enough space for like 2 small helicopters, probably a Chinook and then a Black Hawk, something like that. And that's that. And let's see. Artillery area. I'm just kind of looking at the map. I think we'll put the artillery right here. So we'll just literally keep extending this out. Now, one thing to keep in mind is sometimes if you're using H barriers, they're not going to work in your favor, so you might just need to merge them together like that to keep it kind of close to the ground. And then we're just going to copy and paste these things right here, just like so. And like I said, in future episodes, coming up very shortly, we will be making all this come to life and look good and actually be functional. But for now, it's literally just building the base, because that's the first step, obviously. And then we're just going to delete that and X out of that, go back to military. And just to be safe, we will put an H barrier block here because we don't want anyone spamming our artillery. And then you can go ahead and put the artillery in. I don't even remember where the artillery is. Here it is. And we're going to put 1, 2, and 3. And make sure you give them ample space to turn and shoot without hitting anything else. Otherwise, you're going to have huge problems on your hands. So I might end up moving this just because I'm going to put lighting next. And lighting is one of the biggest things to keep in mind, yet be very wary of, because it can really drop the FPS and overall quality of a server if you have too much lighting. So we're going to go to structures, Altus, lamps. For the entrance, we're going to make it look pretty high profile, so we're going to go to halogens. We're going to make it just indestructible right away. And then we're literally going to put it right into the wall, because that is something that I believe would probably be done. And then we're just going to aim it towards the entrance as a security kind of thing. And then for here, we can just put, where's the street lamps? Right here. We'll just put some street lamps facing in. Oh, whoops. Better undo. We'll just put some street lamps, just like that. Pretty simple. We're definitely getting more in depth in the next episode, but I feel like this is a step that it's not all people really know what to do. So this is literally the basic. This is all you really need for a base. Obviously, we're gonna put some supply areas and stuff, and we can, if you really want to, we can put like a refuel station here. We can do that quick. So we can go like that. We're gonna edit, undo that. I realize you can use Control Z, but I just don't do that. I don't live that life. So all you need to do for like a refuel area is just get a truck that has fuel on the back of it, just like so, and then you just set it there, and that's about it. Repair truck. Okay, it's loading. I don't know why. Okay, here we go. And just like that. So, and then we're Where's an ammo? We'll do ammo. Oh, stop it. And then we'll do, there's a, right there, there's a medical truck. And then we can literally just kind of secure that area with some H barriers. Just so you know, that's the area where these things are. And then just delete that. And kind of just, you know, tuck it in. So that's it. That's about it. I think that's pretty good for the fundamentals. Then later on, next episode, we'll talk about respawns. We'll talk about virtual ammo boxes, stuff like that. But for now, oh, and vehicle respawns. So in the next episode, we'll talk about that. But I feel like this is really good for now. And as always, make sure you save your scenario. Go to save as. You can go to missions, and we'll just overwrite YouTube mission. And that's saved. So that's all for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that subscribe button for more. If you didn't, or if there's something else you want to see in a mission, be sure to leave it in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to put it into a video, because I know quite a bit about ARMA editing, like the basics, the fundamentals. So yeah, I'm definitely willing to help you guys if there's something you want to know. So like I said, if you guys did enjoy, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, and as always, guys, this was MX Alpha. Peace out.